What's up, guys? Welcome back to FishOfHex. Today we're going to do a little bit of an update here in the fish room. I'm going to show you the new frag tanks and really just answer the question that I got several times just in a video. It's a lot easier that way. Over the last week or so, I've been adding 2 more low boys to my current frag system. So this is what we had before, and then I went ahead and got 2 more low boys, technically 3 because I broke one, and I'll talk about that here in a second. And plumbed everything in to go into the 40-gallon breeder sump that we have over here. So the question that I've been getting is, why isn't there any coral on the website? Did something happen to the systems? Just general questions asking why isn't there anything for sale? Well, basically, as you guys can see, this is really all that I have on the website. There's almost nothing, and a lot of that's already sold. It's got to go out today. And then this tank is pretty much empty. Of course, the top one has no light on it. It's empty. It's got a fish in there. And then this is all the stuff that I have to kind of cut up, heal, and get in the WYSIWYG. So basically, with the transition and everything moving around and getting the new frag tank set up, I didn't want to buy any coral or get any locally. I didn't want to take that risk because the fluctuations in the tank, I don't want to piss off coral more than they have to be. So I just wanted to wait until I was done with this process. Now, throughout the next few days, I'm going to finish up the WYSIWYG racks. I plan on adding that rack, that kind of the same thing down here. And then, of course, once I get the other AP700, I will put the same type of WYSIWYG rack there. And then the bottom tank will be just stuff that gets imported, colonies that need to be cut up, things that are healing, all sorts of stuff will go into that bottom low boy. Now, it's really nice to have the additional room. It was a really expensive. As you guys can imagine, the AP700s are not cheap. I needed 2 of them plus 2 MP10s, 1 for each tank. It adds up very quickly. I think all said and done, it's going to be about $2,000 to add these 2 low boys to the current setup. It was pretty crazy. Now, it's good because the business is doing very well. I'm selling a ton of coral. The support you guys have for the channel and for my business is better than I ever expected, so I really do appreciate that. I just apologize now the fact that there's nothing on the website. Now, everything seems to be doing pretty well for the most part. I had a little bit of an issue. As I mentioned, I broke that other frag tank. We might as well just go over and look at that now. So I picked up 2 frag tanks. This was one of them from a local hobbyist who actually watched one of my videos and made the exact same setup. Same overflow, everything that I had when I was originally setting up the system. So it was pretty easy. I went ahead and bought them. They were already drilled, ready to go. And when I was moving the stand, I actually smashed the back of this one against the wall when I was sliding it in place. Broke the bulkhead, broke out the, let's see if I can actually even show you guys what I did. Just kind of broke it all to shit. I mean, there's a giant hole there. Of course, I made it worse when I was removing everything. And yeah, so I broke that tank, had to go to that fish place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania and buy a new tank. They're about $100. Thank God they had some there. Got a couple bulkheads, used the same overflow, drilled it, painted, etc., etc. I might do a build video once it's all said and done and I have the low boys there. Maybe. We'll see. You guys have already seen that type of content. I don't like keep making the same shit because it just, it gets boring. I don't want to keep doing that to you guys. So I might make a video on how I added them, but I probably will do maybe a walkthrough on the plumbing, all that stuff, just so you guys understand that that's just not floating through thin air to get over to the sump. But yeah. Fish room's doing good. The 300-gallon is doing pretty good now that I made that food yesterday. And to answer the question on that video, I made it that day, and I'm probably going to feed it. I'll show you guys a feed video tomorrow once it's completely frozen. I was going to do it yesterday, but it just doesn't work the same if it's not completely frozen. And I wanted to get some content out, and I'm stepping on shit already. I wanted to get some content out to you guys, so that's why I posted that video a little early. But everybody's doing good. The nutrients are starting to pick back up now that I'm feeding. And yeah, I'm just kind of happy with it. I am having a little bit of issue keeping my alkalinity elevated. I'm staying at 8.4. I literally cranking the calcium reactor. I'm putting like 2.2 gallons per hour through it into the through the calcium reactor via that monitor through the Apex. I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm barely staying at about 8.4, 8.5. And you guys know that I like to stay at 9.5, but it's just not happening right now. And as you guys can see, I don't have the Kamoer doser on there. It's actually up here. So if anybody's interested in buying it, let me know. It lasted about 3 days. Now, the reason for that is it only maxes out at 120 milliliters per minute. And it just wasn't fast enough. I didn't want to lower the calcium reactor pH any more than what it is. I like to stay between 8.7 and 6.7 and 6.8 because If you ever have issues with your probe or it fluctuates too much, say you're getting really down in that low pH to help the media absorb or dissolve quicker to get more calcium alkalinity. The problem is if something happens to your pH probe and for whatever reason it plummets even more, you can melt that entire reactor. It's just not worth the risk. So I like to stay at about that 6.7 to 6.8, and the Kamoer just wasn't keeping up with the amount of dosing that was required. I mean, I dropped almost an entire point alkalinity, maxing that pump out. So it was a cool idea, but the other thing is anything that's mechanical, anything that's moving will eventually stop. And after looking at the maintenance on it that I need to do and with everything else going on, I was just like, nah, I'm just going to stick to my ball valve or my needle valve here and do my thing with that. So yeah, it's doing pretty well. The system is growing really fast. It's actually growing so fast that I'm having a hard time keeping up with cutting it for the frag tank. So got some stuff going out. Of course, you guys know that I cut and take pictures and sell all this bad boy stuff to you guys. Yeah, I just really enjoy this tank and how fast it's growing. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and one of the main reasons why we don't have the planted tank anymore or the 30 gallon. We just got too much stuff going on and I don't feel like taking care of everything. But yeah, so that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give you a little bit of an update, and if you have any questions about any one of these setups, let me know, and I will see you guys in a couple days with another video. All right, peace.